Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, you can hear me. Okay. There was some technical errors, I think. Okay, then can you see the screen, the PowerPoint screens?
Yeah, it is. I can see. I believe
Yes.
everything.
Okay. All right then. Okay, I'll start. That we don't have enough time. I think it's a very short time slot. So, ladies and gentlemen, assalamu alaikum, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, good morning and good afternoon, depending on where you are. I feel very privileged to be here today in the middle of so many academics and cadets, marine engineers, officers, and a few who are higher up in management at the MCA, I believe, and also AMSA. It's a great pleasure to be here this afternoon. It's a huge honor. And thanks to thanks to Chief Engineer Dr. Sajid for giving me the airtime. I thank him from my heart. Um, I'll speak for about half an hour. I'm afraid it may not be enough to give you an in-depth idea about offshore industry, but I will do what I can within this short time. And if you'd like to know more, you can definitely send me email. I'll share my email address at the end of the session. Um, understand the professionals in the mainstream shipping industry, those who are sailing on tankers or bulk carriers or container ships, they don't know much about the offshore industry. It's a huge industry. It's $1 trillion industry that exists, and there are jobs there. The mariners, they got transferable skills to move to this industry. Unfortunately, they're not familiarized with this. Maybe you just see oil rigs when you uh, are on the ship, see oil rigs, but maybe you don't realize there are marine professionals on those rigs. There are marine engineers, deck officers from shipping background. Uh, so I'll give you some idea. I mean, first I'd like to say, how did I get into this offshore industry? How did I get into get on the oil rigs? Well, my first job in the offshore industry was on a standby vessel in the North Sea. Standby vessels, they provide safety duty at oil rigs. So I did a year on standby vessel. Then I moved to supply vessel. And for a year, I learned the driving, how to drive the supply vessel. And with that experience, I moved to anchor handler and worked there for a year. And I gained some rig move experience. And because of that experience, I was recruited on a rig, on a semi-submersible. And I worked my way up to become offshore installation manager. So it was step by step. It wasn't directly, I went to the rig. I followed steps. Each type of vessel was a step towards becoming an OIM. Standby vessel, then supply vessel, then anchor handler, and then rig at the end. So first thing first, let me familiarize you with different types of offshore installations, the main types of offshore installations. So there are two types of offshore installations, fixed and floating. Fixed are the platforms and floating are the ones which obviously they float. And the professionals from shipping background, they have more transferable skills to work on the floating structures. So I'll concentrate on the floating ones. Now, there are 6 types of floating installations. I'll discuss one by one. Semi-submersible, submersible, jackup, FPSO, and FSU. FPSO stands for Floating Production, Storage, and Offloading Unit, and FSU is the Floating Storage Unit. And jackup, there are 2 types of jackup, so that makes it 6 types, so I'll touch each one individually. I will only show the photos of a few of them I worked on as OIM and master. That will be easier for me to explain. The first one you can see is a semi-submersible rig. That's called the Maersk Explorer. That was in the Caspian Sea back in 2014. I worked as a master there. It seemed like Deepwater Horizon. I don't know if you are aware of Deepwater Horizon. They had a big disaster in America, and the rig sank, and it seemed like that. And you see the huge structure in the middle, that's called the derrick, that has the drilling package. You do drilling with that unit, and if you imagine a drill machine, a handheld drill machine, you want to make a hole in the wall or anything, you pull the trigger and the drill bit moves. The only difference with this one is the drill bit is about 2 kilometers long and it weighs about 1,000 tons. That's the difference, if you can think of the scale. And this derrick is powered with 4,000 horsepower. It needs 4,000 horsepower to turn that drill bit under the seabed. So it's massive, it's big. And it can work up to 100-meter depth. So it can go to 100-meter depth, up to 100-meter depth water, and they lower the drill bit and start drilling. So that's a semi-submersible. It floats. It's a drilling unit. The next one, this one is also a semi-submersible. I was there, I am in 2011 to 2013. It's a floatel. It doesn't drill, it's a floatel. Floatel means floating hotel. So it has a capacity of 316 people. So what we used to do, we drive it to platforms and fixed offshore installations where they need maintenance to do. And when we're alongside, you see the gangway at the top, we land the gangway on the platform and people will go across the platform to do the maintenance jobs. It has lots of facilities inside. It has 2 propellers, it has 12 anchors, 3 anchors on each side. Each anchor and the chain weighs 140 tons, and they're like 1.5 kilometer long. So the anchor handling job itself takes about 2 to 3 days to complete with the help of 3 anchor handlers. It has a big cinema for 350 people with popcorn and drink machines, big gymnasium, shops to buy whatever you need. You can basically stay for years on board. It has a golf simulator, 3D golf simulator. You can load from the famous golf courses in the world and you can play golf if you are interested. You can stay there for years if you want to, but the UK authority won't let you stay for more than 3 weeks on this. So this is one type of semi-submersible, but it's not a drilling unit like the Mars Explorer. It's a floatel, which means floating hotel. This one is submersible. The big one, not the small one. The big one is the Caspian Explorer, 2015 in Kazakhstan. I was there as master. The name may be misleading. Submersible doesn't mean you can submerge it like a submarine. Why it's called submersible is that you take the rig on top of the well where you want to drill, then you put lots of ballast into the tanks and run it aground. You sit on the seabed and then you start drilling. It's a different technology, but the drilling procedure is the same as in Mars Explorer. It's just more stable because you sit on the seabed. Non-propelled jackup. This is El Kahar 2. I was here in 2015 onwards in Egypt. It was operated by Mars Drilling and Egyptian drilling company. It's called jackup because you raise it by jacks. If you look at the rig, it has 3 legs. They're actually jacks. You take the rig, you tow it. It does not have any propeller. You tow it to the location, lower your legs, put it on seabed, and jack the rig up into the air. And you see this one has also got a drilling package, the big derrick, same like Mars Explorer. And that runs on a cantilever. It has got rail tracks on the rig. it can actually, you can drive it on the track and bring it overside on a cantilever and lower the drilling package. So you need a big hydraulic power unit to run that. The drilling package weighs around 3,000 tons, and you drive it by a hydraulic system on the rails. It needs lots of power. So that's a non-propelled jackup. The next one is Irish Sea Pioneer. It's a self-propelled jackup. I was there from 2015 to 2018 as well. It's similar to the last jackup, but it has got 4 legs or 4 jacks. And if you look below the keel, there are 4 thrusters in 4 corners of the rig, just under the keel. It's built by Rolls-Royce, the thrusters. They have huge power. And those propellers, those thrusters are housed in pods. You can rotate the pods 360 degrees horizontally, and you can drive the rig to wherever you want to go. You can you can drive the propellers individually by 4 independent controls, or you can drive it by a joystick centrally. So whichever direction you want to go, you push the joystick that direction, and the electronic logic will do whatever it needs to do. It will turn the propellers in the direction it needs, each one differently. It will adjust. It comes with a electronic navigation package, which is loaded with 3-dimensional bathymetry. And you can draw a ghost or template of your rig in final position where you want to go, and then drive the rig and align yourself on the ghost. So it's nice for those who enjoy driving, who enjoy maneuvering ships. It's a fantastic job for them. They will love it. So that's the Irish Sea Pioneer. This one is Blue Home, FPSO, floating production and storage and offtake offloading unit. Just one moment. Yeah, it's Blue Home. It's in the UK sector. If you look into the front of the vessel, there's a structure there. It looks like a derrick. It looks like a derrick, like a drilling rig, but it's not really a derrick. It's a turret. This turret is connected with 8 anchors under the keel, which holds the FPSO in place. And with the tide, the FPSO can turn 360 degrees, whichever direction the tide pushes. So that's the turret. And the turret also houses the oil pipeline that comes from the well. So you take oil from existing well, a flowing well, you don't drill. So that FPSO has been there for nearly 25 years now. I was there in 2010. I was marine technician on that one. So basically FPSOs are converted VLCCs or ULCCs. You have everything, all the systems same as a tanker. You have inert gas system. You get crude oil washing system. So you take oil from the well and fill up your tanks. And once it's full, the shuttle tanker comes alongside and you transfer the oil. And after it leaves, you start your production again. That's how it works. Those who have tanker background, you will love this job. It's wonderful. The next one is FSU, Floating Storage Unit. I have never worked on FSUs, but it's similar to FPSOs. It's used for storage. It stores oil, and shuttle tankers, they can take oil from here. It's Fulmar. It's called the Fulmar installation. It's in the UK sector. So far I know it's owned by Talisman Energy, probably. I can't remember. This is a drill ship, Belfort Dolphin. It's owned by Dolphin Drilling. I used to work for Dolphin Drilling in the past in the semi-submersible hotel. Unfortunately, I couldn't be on this one. If you want to become a millionaire, this is the place you want to be, on a drill ship. It's the most junior officer gets 10,000 a month continuously whole year. The most junior third officer, that's how much they get. So it's a big opportunity to be on a drill ship. I have never been on drill ship before. If you have tanker experience, I suggest you do DPO training and get a DPO license, and you can get on one of these, and that can change your life. I highly recommend those who are interested in that. Now, well, those are the types of installations, just brief. I'm trying to keep it short. If you want to know more, just send me an email. I'll be happy to write to you. And so, where do you fit into the offshore industry if you're interested to pursue a career in the offshore industry? So this is the workforce on the rig on an installation. That's how they're organized. At the top is the OIM, Offshore Installation Manager and Master. Now it depends on the company policy. Some companies have the same person assigned as OIM and Master. Some companies have OIM and Master. So it depends on which company you work on and what type of installations. But if you are doing the role of OIM as well, you have to have additional qualifications in addition to your COC, Master COC. You need well control qualifications. You have to know how to control a well. It has 3 levels, level 1, level 2, level 3. So the highest level is the supervisor level. You have to know how to control a well, subsea well and land-based well. You have to know both, basically. It has lots of maths. You have to be good in maths to pass the well control test. The pass mark is 80%, and you have to be very, very good in maths. Because if you get your calculations wrong, the rig will blow up like Deepwater Horizon. So you have to be very good in your calculations. Now, if you look on the left, that's Marine Department. That's Barge Master, Stability Section Leader, Assistant Barge Master, and Ballast Control Operator. The top 4 are suitable for the deck department. You won't be able to join straight as Barge Master. Probably you will start as Ballast Control Operator. You will ballast the rig. I mean, once you get the job, you will be sent for trainings for Ballast Control Operator. Semi-submersibles, they have 3 stages of stability training: stability 1, stability 2, stability 3. They're expensive, so usually the company pays for them. The stability 1 is theory. It's similar to what you read in DR Derrett, a stability book for second mate and chief mate. It's exactly same as DR Derrett, plus a little bit more. If you look, let me go back to the slide. This one, this is a semi-submersible. Now, under the water, it has got pontoons, huge pontoons. You know, it's about 15, it's got about 15 meters under the water and about 30 meters above the water, as you can see the rig. Under 15 meters, there are 2 huge ship-like structures connected to each side of the leg. And when you go down into the water with those pontoons, the ship stability applies. But as soon as the columns go down, it changes. The stability, the TPC, tons per centimeter immersion, or TPI, whatever it is, it changes, and the calculation becomes different. And you would be surprised to know the metacentric height, the GM for these rigs can go as high as 14 meters, 15 meters, which is unbelievable for a ship. You know, we deal with 30 centimeter GM, 1 meter, but this can go up to 14.5, 15 meter GM, it can go up to. That's amazing. So you have to know all the stabilities for ship, plus for a semi-sub. There are specialist trainings for those. For jackups, you have separate trainings for the stability. Now, on the second row, it's the maintenance department, chief engineer. Some companies, they call them maintenance supervisor, or some of them they call senior mechanic. Now, on some of the rigs, a chief electrician can take over the role of maintenance supervisor. But the thing is, in that case, they have to have in-depth idea about electronics, electricity, heating, ventilation system, hydraulics, pneumatic system, everything. So only if the chief electrician has got thorough knowledge on all these systems, he can become maintenance supervisor as well. Otherwise, it's the chief engineer from marine background. He's employed on these jobs. Because as you know, marine engineers, they're like master key. They can work on any systems, basically anywhere. That's how they're trained and experienced. Drilling department, we'll not concentrate on drilling department because that's not relevant to us, but I would mention one thing. Can you remember, I said you need to be good in maths to know well control. Now engineers, they're good in maths. We know they are. Now, when I used to work with Maersk Drilling, they had a policy. They would employ marine engineers in the drilling department as assistant driller. Now, usually they take 8-9 years to go at the top. Now they had a fast track system for marine engineers. Within 5 years, they will make them tool pusher and then OIM. Now, that's one thing you can think about. If you're a marine engineer and wants to move to offshore industry, you are good in maths. So you can try checking with Maersk Drilling. Maybe they still have the policy, I don't know. But it's worth trying. And just like on ships, we have catering departments, then we have other staffs like diver, client representative. Now the client representative, I wrote him as other staff, but you have to know he's the God on board. We call him the God because he's from the client. If you have watched the movie Deepwater Horizon, you can see the client representative from BP. They can be abusive. You just listen to them. You don't want to mess with client rep. Although offshore installation manager is at the top, you want to keep the client happy and deliver what you have to deliver them for production because you are offshore to make money for your client. So that's very important. And I think I have, 15 minutes remaining, Firoz?
Yeah, it is almost another 5-10 minutes is there.
5-10. So I will go very quickly. I'll finish very quickly.
Okay,
so challenges affecting drilling industry.
Okay.
So what are the challenges that will affect your job prospect in the offshore industry? Low oil price. As you know, the oil price is low. And it's very difficult to pay for all the expenses and still make profit. The drill ship I showed you, they cost, to hire one of them, it costs about $500,000 a day. Now, if the operator is, the oil major, if they're paying $500,000 just for the rig a day, and then sell the oil for $20 a barrel, it's not really feasible to keep it running. So when the oil price dropped, most of the drill ships, they stopped their operation. The jackups continues because the jackups are cheap to operate. The non-propelled jackups, the self-propelled jackups, they're easier to operate. And of course the FPSOs, they continued because they are already at the flowing well. They don't have any expense. So when the market goes down, your job is safer on a jackup rig or an FPSO compared to a drill ship or a drilling semi-sub. Now, lifespan optimization, lots of wells, they're outperforming what they thought of when they started flowing. Like the oil field I worked on in Liverpool Bay for Petrofac from 2015 to 18. They started producing in 1995, and they were supposed to run out of oil in 2005. But still in 2020, they're producing because they have different technologies to increase the lifespan of the well. So if you already have a well that's flowing, why do you drill a new well? So that's, unfortunately, it's advancement in technology, but affects the job, same like as in automation. Threat from renewable and nuclear energy. Now we have lots of renewables. We have wave energy, we have wind turbines, we have nuclear energy, and anywhere in the world, the government, they are encouraging green energy. So they're competing with us. About 47% of UK energy is now provided by renewables and nuclear, and it will be more in the future. So that will affect the fossil fuel business. Reduction of system loss in producing power. I'm talking about electric cars. Say you have 1 million car on the road, each of them with an engine. So 1 million engines are producing power for 1 million cars. There are system loss there. You are losing oil in the production, in the power generation system. So if you burn that fuel in a power plant and generate electricity and charge car batteries with that, the oil consumption suddenly drops. You've got less system loss. So the oil demand will be less because of electric cars. So that's an example. And remember, there are the electricity that's used to charge the cars, they may come from nuclear power as well, nuclear power plant. It's not just the conventional diesel-fueled power plants. Macro competition between oil and gas. Now, the oil price has reduced in the last few years, but the gas hasn't. So many countries who has got both oil and gas, they're concentrating on gas because they can still make money. Countries like Qatar. So that will affect the drilling industry because there will be more demand for gas than oil. Minimum qualifications. What do you need to get into offshore industry if you're interested? The minimum trainings you need are basic offshore safety and emergency training. That's called BOSIET. They have to be OP2 approved, by the way. OP2 is a non-profit organization. It's a global organization. They set the standards for skills in the offshore industry. So if you go on the Google and type BOSIET training, you will find the list of lots of training and how much they charge, how long it takes them. And in addition, if you work in the North Sea, you need another training called the MIST, Minimum Industry Safety Training. That's only for the North Sea. And also you will need an offshore medical fitness certificate, which is similar to ENG1 or STCW medical, some little more items. But go on the website, Oil and Gas UK website. They have a list of doctors around the world who are approved to test you for OG UK medical certificate. And you can go to your nearest doctor and say that I want to do the OG UK medical. So they will do your test and issue your certificate. Without that, you cannot go offshore. So these two are minimum training. And if you want to work in the North Sea, there's the MIST as well. That's an additional training. Training facilities are available in India, in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Qatar, United States, and most of the European countries they have. Just Google OP2, or if you want to know more, just send me an email. I'll be happy to help. Now, there are lots of other qualifications also you will need once you get into the industry. And these are very expensive trainings, by the way. And we don't expect individuals to pay for this. Usually the companies pay for them. They're expensive, like stability. 1, 2, 3, each stage will cost like $2,000 each course. The companies will pay for it. Some of them are very expensive, like OIM controlling emergencies or OIM assessment. A 3-day assessment costs $15,000. Company will pay for it. And you have to be the best because the company will not spend $15,000 for you if they don't have the confidence that you can pass. So that's what it is. And there are lots of other trainings. Helicopter landing officer. In the offshore, we're famous for multitasking. You don't just do one job. If you're a barge engineer or barge master, you may also be called on the helideck to supervise helicopter landing. When there is fire, you have to fight fire. So based on these, there are lots of other trainings which are done. So Firoz,
Yes.
if you're happy, just can I say a few words for 2-3 minutes about something generic about careers, not just offshore industry.
Yeah, the most of the questions are coming. They actually want this type of actually they want this type of things, that junior officers as well as the seniors to provide guidelines for the juniors, that how actually you have already started to show that what are the qualification, pre-qualification, and all. Some of them are questioning, like
Yes.
in Bangladesh, we do not have any agencies to go through or any agencies to contact with this kind of industry. So how or where we
Yes.
can contact? And then
Okay.
Tania, one of the lady cadets, she asked that is there any opportunity for them, for her or ladies to enter into that industry? And mainly their question is that what are the pathway to enter to this industry as a mariner, or they should start from the very beginning, or when they will enter, or how they will progress. This guideline they want, mainly the questions are coming like that.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you, Tania. And by the way, I'd like to say that I'm very proud of you. Back in the days when we were in the academy, we didn't have any girl cadets. Now we have. I'm so proud of you. You're doing a great job. In the offshore industry in the North Sea, I'm happy to say 30 to 40% of the workforce are women, and they're doing well. In fact, my first OIM, the very first OIM was a woman, Christina from Norway, and that was a big rig, 550 people, and she was managing well. She's the best I have seen. So definitely women have lots of chances to get into offshore industry. The first thing is to do the BOSIET course, OPITA approved BOSIET course. In India, in Chennai, so far I know, they have a training academy. If you Google, you can find, or you can just write to me, send me an email, and I'll send you the details, not a problem at all. Usually it takes 4 to 5 days to finish the BOSIET training. And usually they have doctors also available, approved doctor, because you will need a medical certificate to go offshore. So usually they have links with doctor as well. So if you go to India, that will be your nearest. There are trainings in Malaysia as well, Malaysia, Singapore, and Thailand. Thailand, there are some training institutes. You can do those trainings there. And as a deck officer, if you have second MET certificate, there is high chance you can get a job as an assistant barge engineer. By the way, on some rigs, barge engineer means barge master. That word engineer is highly misused in the offshore industry. Everybody is an engineer. A scaffolder is steel technician. A safety officer is safety engineer. So don't get confused. Barge engineer means barge master. So if you have a second MET ticket, you know about stability, apply. Do those 2 trainings and apply to companies like Maersk, Halliburton, Rowan Drilling, thousands. Just go on the rigzone.com, www.rigzone.com, register your CV. There are thousands of jobs, and keep applying once you have finished the training. You have to keep chasing it, just like a businessman. When you want to sell your product, you call up, you send letter to your client. They don't reply. They don't reply second time. They don't. Usually it's third or fourth time you hear something. You have to be same like entrepreneurs. You have to stick to it. You have to pass. You have to chase them. Call them up. Speak to them. Send your email. Send your CV every week. You will succeed. Firoz.
Yeah. So question answer. We will again, if someone have, I have already requested them. They will actually send me some of the messages. We are having 221 participants by this time. So good number of presents by this time. If you can normally can still proceed, or if you are almost finished, then I will complete your part. Then I will ask Captain Deepan to little bit highlight on this part, and by the time maybe I will get some more questions, and then we will throw the questions to you, if it is okay.
All right.
With you.
Just want to say a few things about career in general. I know that the job market is down. Especially the 46 to 48 batch, they had huge trouble getting a job. And gentlemen and ladies, I would advise you to keep your patience, and don't look at the money you get in the beginning as a cadet or an apprentice. I don't know how much you get now. I used to get only $147 a month when I first started as cadet. Now, don't look at this money. You are climbing a ladder. Your career is a ladder. It's not a bed. If it was a bed, then you'd be worried. I'm stuck with $100 for the rest of my life. It's a ladder. So $100 is the first rung on your ladder. So keep focused on the bigger picture. Don't worry about how much you are getting now. Your first job is to finish your sea time, get your qualifications, and love your job. Love your job, and you will get success. Take pride in your job. You know, the life is not all about money. Of course, money is important, but if you love your job, it won't feel like a chore. It will be like a hobby, and you will not regret. You will never regret. Just take pride in your job. That's very important. Yeah, Firoz.
Just one thing or two things to again clear. I could not find his name, but he's saying we are not yet get the answer about the agencies. I think Captain
Oh,
Kamrul
yeah.
has given you that some of the website address, that is www.rigzone.com. If you go there, there
Yeah.
are thousands or hundreds of agencies or directly the owners or the parties.
Yeah.
You can apply, and he said that you have to knock them quite a few times. After
Yes.
your second mate
Yes.
exam, you are
Yes.
qualified to join there, and after that you have to follow the procedure like the short course.
Yeah, and
And then
Firoz, another thing is
yeah,
there are agencies in India. I can share their names if the
yeah.
cadets are interested.
Someone is asking your many of you, they're asking your email address or your contact. I think you can share it so that those who are
Yes, yes, I will.
they will
It's
send you.
q.siraz@gmail.com.
Can, can you
q.siraz.
yeah, if in the chat option you can write even
Okay, all right.
I'm writing on behalf of you. Q.siraz
Yes, q.siraz
RAZ, okay,
at gmail.com.
mail.com. Okay, I am giving it for everybody. Okay.
Yeah. And also there are other websites like oilandgaspeople.com, oilandgasjobs.com, and there are lots of online agencies. I can send the names. It's not a problem. If I can send to you also, Firoz, if you like.
Yeah,
Maybe
okay.
you
I
can
will
forward
post
to
it.
them.
Okay.
I can
And
do that.
if you don't mind, people also saying that they want to see you in person also. If your video camera can be on, we can all see you also. That is
Oh, I think my camera was on. I
no,
thought,
it is the your logo is coming. We are not seeing your face. Your video is off, I think.
the video is off. Okay, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, we can see
Okay,
now. Okay, sorry.
that's
Oh, you're
the
looking so great with your uniform. Oh, nice to see you.
Yeah, it's good to wear uniform at home. It doesn't happen every day.
Okay. If Kamal, if you have finished by your presentation, thank you for that. I will wait for some more question by this time, and I like to give the floor to Captain Deepayan for 5 minutes to 5, 6, 7 minutes, okay, so that he also have some experience, and he is with us for quite some time as a visiting lecturer in Bangladesh Marine Academy, and he has
Okay.
some experience in offshore drilling rigs. So I will request him to share some of his experience on in light of what the Kamrul has already told.
Heroes, we have some our guest, Gulam Sarwar sir is there, Arif sir is there. After that also we can hear something from them. Students will be, I hope, enlightened.
Okay, okay.
Yes, yes, yes.
Arif sir is also there.
Not a problem.
Yes, Firoz and Kamrul.
Sir, Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum Islam. I'm very happy to
Sir,
see
apne-
this is going. I'm very
Sir,
happy to see the
it's very nice to see you. You are near in many things.
Kamrul, it's very nice to see you. I see you everything. Firoz is very nice thing, and I just joined. I have been hearing you. It's fantastic, and there is a huge opportunity actually in Bangladesh in offshore. and our mariners should develop this career. It's love to see you and nice hearing. Anyway, I am here. I am here. Later on, maybe I will speak to you.
Sure, sir. Sure.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Sure,
you.
sir.
We would like to do some direct question, Firoz, if you don't mind, after finishing off.
Yeah, no
Captain
problem,
Deepan's
no
speech.
problem. No problem.
Okay, thank you. So we can give floor to Captain Deepan, please.
Captain Deepan, if you are, I think you are there, please, you can start your presentation. Do you have any PowerPoint, or you'll just speak? If you have PowerPoint, I have to allow you to share the screen. Captain Deepan, are you with us?
Okay, I am calling him.
Can you please call him?
Yeah, I am calling him. Meantime, I can ask one question to Captain Shiraz. That is there any special requirement for offshore supply vessels? Actually, in Bangladesh, there are some offshore supply vessels are flying from Chittagong to the gas rigs or even for our LPG terminals. But those rigs also, those vessels also, our officers are not working or serving. So is there any special requirement for offshore supply vessel?
For offshore supply vessels, you don't need any BOSIA training because you join in the port. But you need to know driving. So especially for the master and chief mate, they have to know driving, how to handle the ships, because it's a very dangerous, it's a very risky business bringing a supply vessel alongside rig. They have to know how to use the thruster, how to use the propeller, how to use the echo master. And also many of the ships, these are DP, dynamic positioning system. So they may require the DPO license. But the main thing is they have to learn the driving first. They have to join us second mate. Usually they don't have third officer on supply vessels. They have master and chief mate and maybe second mate. So when a second mate, they have to learn the driving, how to station the vessel alongside the platform. That's very important. So driving is very important, but the offshore survival training is not required. It's not required.
Okay, thank you.
And by this time, Captain Deepan is there. I just want to share one experience with Captain Kamrul also. It's a rare experience. I know about him that when I was there last 2 years back or 3 years back in UK with the Kamrul, by the time when we are talking, he was saying that he has some rare skill that during the offshore, these are very sophisticated industry, and this industry during the production or with the gas line, you have ongoing production things are going on. You cannot move the rigs, but there are only 3 or 4 persons in North Sea who are permitted by the industry. Among 4 is one of them is Captain Kamrul. So we are very proud of you. It's a very and you can little bit say about that. What is that? Because don't give everybody that type of permission.
No, what happens is that supply vessels and anchor handlers, they can go alongside a rig when it's producing, when it's operating. But you cannot get another rig inside the 500 meter zone of a platform without first stopping the production. You have to shut down the production. You have to gas free the pipeline. You have to purge the pipelines with nitrogen gas. So if there's any collision with the rig, there won't be an explosion and there won't be any oil spillage. Now, there are 4 people in the UK who can actually drive a rig inside 500 meter zone of a live platform without needing it to shut down or making it gas free. I mean, fortunately, I'm one of them. So they don't have, because it takes long time to shut down production, gas free and everything. You may lose like 15 days, 1 month, and that's a lot of money. You lose a lot of money, maybe $500,000 a day. So you may end up losing, the company may end up losing 15, 20 million. And these all costs can be avoided if, you get someone who is authorized, approved by the HSC, UK HSC, to drive something big alongside a platform when it's still live.
Thanks for that one. So there are different kinds of options are there. We all understood. Anybody even can ask the question. If Captain Deepan is there, Sabir, what do you think?
I am not getting him. You can suggest our deputy commander sir is there, and also Sarwar sir, Arif sir. Okay, Sarwar sir.
I asked the deputy commander sir before. He might, if he likes, he can. But let's see. He said that he will be listening. Sarwar sir, you are there. Can you, sir? Assalamu alaikum, sir. Can you, sir?
Yes, okay. Firoz and Kamrul. There are certain things actually I'm like to point out here. Bangladesh, there are some offshore projects was running on. Now, last year we had double pipeline SPM projects. This year also there will be another projects coming up. There are many LPG projects in the offshore. So the trouble, I fortunately, Prantik is being involved with almost all of the projects in a small capacity, supporting with vessels, tugs, diver services, and ancillary other things. Now, inshallah, we are planning to have an anchor handling tug here. The main question is, I don't have proper manpower here to run this tug. So this is one of the hindrances. If the operation is in Bangladesh coast, and we love to have our own people running this specialized vessel, like a DP2 vessels and all. So fortunately or unfortunately, we don't have anybody here. So Kamrul, I'd like to request you, if you kindly, for the better for our community, for the better guidance, as I have been hearing you that how to go about it, how to get the career in offshore industry and specialized vessels and others. So if you can write down like in a format in a guideline, so that our junior officers, those who are just started their career, third mate, second engineer, third engineer, something like that, or the just passed out cadets and all, they can focus on offshore industry. It's not that always we need to go to merchant vessels as usual path of what we have followed before. And so that these people, those who are interested, they can develop their career in offshore. Bangladesh, inshallah, in near future, there will be many offshore activities. So yes, we can participate here. We can stay in Bangladesh with our parents, with our family, sure, and we can work here and can develop.
Sure,
we can develop. So Kamrul, this is one of the guidelines you can do. I have been following you also in your work, some of you write up and all in the BD Mariners and other things. I think this is the first time I am talking to you, but I heard a lot about you from Arifin and other people. So, and I know how you have gone through and how you got your position in this day. Now today you said you are one of the 4 masters who can do offshore drilling, operate this one. I had been, last year I went to UK for a conference, safer end of engineer life. There's a, rig dismantling other big issues now. So probably with one of the group from Royal Engineers, me and Sadiq sir maybe will be involved with one of the group. Is a safer end of engineer life. Like we all know that, you see, the scraps, when there is demolition question comes, Bangladesh comes up, because one of the 3 countries, Bangladesh is actually doing a lot of demolitions. Now, if it comes for offshore installations like a rig or other things, our people, the demolition years here, are not equipped, are not trained to do that. So, but they are doing it. They are doing some offshore rigs and other dismantling here, very unsafe way. So this is a huge work we have here in Bangladesh. So we like to, I personally like our young mariners, our junior brothers, sisters, they should build their career in a proper way so that they can give us a positive contribution in our offshore industries.
Definitely, sir.
So thank you very much. That's all from my side.
And other things, maybe people aren't aware, there are lots of gas platforms, fixed platforms around the world, where the OIM, they're from LNG, LPG backgrounds. And in Bangladesh, LNG is going to be a big industry, and we can build our own workforce who will take on those roles and OIM on fixed gas platforms around the world. That's another big industry.
Yes, correct. Yes, very correct. We are doing also some of the, you see, accelerated energy and Summit LNG now doing. There is another FSRU is coming up, I think, in Bangladesh. So there's many opportunities, and this is a fabulous career, I should say, but I don't have time to go for, otherwise I would go for it. But I don't have time now. So I wish our mariners, young mariners, they will go for it. Specialize, please help them to guide them to build a career in this line.
Thank you, sir, for your nice suggestion, and I will collect it, the guideline from Captain Kamrul, and hopefully I will circulate it to the common platform so that junior mariner will get the pathway to enter into this uncharted territory for us. And by this time, Captain Deepan has joined, and I will listen now 5-6 minutes from him in light of Captain Kamrul, what he has enlightened us in this field, and then we will also get some feedback or some review from Captain Shamin sir, also as the Deputy Commandant of Bangladesh Marine Academy, and Ariful Islam sir is also there. So I will now I now request Captain Deepan to say something from his career, as he is also having some experience on this field. Captain
Good afternoon, everybody. All my seniors sir, as well, Sarwar sir. I work with him few days. Joined on behalf of,
Captain Deepan, if your microphone can take little bit in front of your mouthpiece, then we can hear little loud.
How do you read me now?
Yeah, now it's loud.
All right. So actually, Captain Kamrul explained everything about North Sea. So I had also an opportunity when I was completed my shipmate 2006. After that, I joined in Brune Offshore. Captain Kamrul may be known about the Brune Offshore.
I used to work for Nomis Shipping, which was
first of all, that Nomis Shipping, then convert to the Brune Offshore. They have around 50 vessels here. So all the time I join in Aberdeen and some other ports in UK. So around 8 years I work with Brune Offshore. So most of the vessels is ERB, emergency response vessels, standby vessels. Yeah, and few of them has MRB. So after that, in 2011, I left from UK and come back to Bangladesh and joined in a self-propelled drilling ship in, it's a US company in Venezuela. So from Venezuela, that vessel, come to Tunis, Tunisia, have opportunity in Tunis water. So actually, what happens today? Discussion is the prospect and challenge. Really, it's a very, very big challenge for Bangladesh people. Very well that every day, not less than 100 people are joining at Aberdeen in various offshore shipping from Bombay to Aberdeen, right? But from Bangladesh, there is that we don't have any opportunity, not much opportunity for joining offshore. In Hawk& Sons as well, Sarwasar company also got lot of proposals for providing the manpower on offshore, but do not have any experience, you know, cadet or experienced officer in Bangladesh. Anyway, I think there is lots of short course we have to do. Captain Kamrul already explained so many things, so I don't explain much. Uh, one thing is lots of short course DP where OP2 approved lots of short course I did from Petrofac in at Aberdeen. So
Yes, yes, that's right.
yeah, all these ports we have to do from Bombay, Malaysia, Singapore, or UK, and or US, any other places. All right. So in Bangladesh, I am last few months before to revalidation my POC, I went to Dhaka, Mr. Wahab, Dr. Wahab, the MCA approved doctor. But unfortunately, I heard that he does not, he is involved within some corruption or something. MCA cancelled his authentication. For that reason, I went to Calcutta and do the MCA approved ENG1. Then I revalidate my COC. So once upon a time, when we did the short courses or the mandatory short courses from Marine Academy, all these courses is approved by the MCA, and our COC is revalidated. But last few years, I wonder, why they put us into the blacklist. We have to do the audit. My respectable Sarwasar is here also. But for everybody's attention, we have to audit the academy every year. Captain Anam, who is in MCA, in Red Yarmouth, chief port asset control and chief examiner of MCA. We can contact with him and do the audit every year to our academy. So all our short courses will be whitelisted, accepted by around the world. So it will be actually unexpected for us. Why suddenly they put us into the blacklisted? It's not expected, So other things, we have a simulation in Marine Academy, but we can improve this simulator. We can start the DPA course in the here. We can start the weight here. We can start the OP2 approved here. Captain Kamrul, we can do all the things.
Sure.
Very simple thing. We contact with 3-4 high officials in MCA from Bangladesh. If we contact with them, they can help us to approve to bring the Bangladesh Marine Academy to whitelisted all the courses and all the short courses. So it is our aspect is okay, but not so challenging. We have to do some documentary and some official work, liaison with the MCA to approve all these courses and to start some more new courses for the offshore. When I was in UK in '99, in Lowestoft College, doing my OOW, at that time, one of my British friends tell me that I do not do this class. Why? I am doing the DP course. I asked him, what is DP course? It is dynamic position. You see, I don't have any idea about the DP course. So I told him, what is this? He told me that I will join in an offshore vessel. So at that time, in '99, we don't have any idea. So you see how much left behind Bangladesh about the offshore. So to improve this offshore opportunity, we have to do some other job. Liaison with the MCA, liaison with how to do the OP2 approved course start in our academy. We have a facility, all facilities here. Swimming pool is here. We can do the weight course here. Why we will go to Bombay or some other place in India to do the sports, 1 day course, we have to spend a lot of money. So it's not acceptable, you know. So how to, you know, arise from this problem, from this, you know, small things, you know, how to liaison, how to audit our academy every year. You know, lots of high official in MCA at this moment in our from Bangladesh. If we liaison a little bit, and we can easily whitelisted our academy, our country in the MCA or OPITO standard, you know. So at present, we are lots of our respectable Sarwas has told me that, told just few minutes before that, lots of offshore work going on in the Bay of Bengal. But most of the, you know, offshore vessels, the supply vessels, you know, other vessels, seismic vessels working all of from Indonesia, Singapore, Malaysia. These people are working here in our territory, but our people are not get opportunity here. The reason is, you know, our standard is very high, no doubt. Our standard is very high, but we have to do the audit by the appropriate authority, MCA or OPITO authorized personnel. We invite them here. They will inspect our academy. They checked everything, our standard, and they approve that we are in white list. Thank you very much. So I expect that those who are in respectable positions at this moment in our maritime industry, they will look after our all this. The standard is okay. Everything was, our education is okay. Our those cadets are very highly educated, very intelligent, but we are left behind due to one thing: we cannot maintain the liaison with the appropriate authority to show our standard in that level. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you very much for your enlightenment on this topic. I believe Captain Shamin sir will say, of course, enlighten us with about this, because our academy actually, we are under process for some time. We know that we have been lagging behind, that our certificates are not been recognized, but very recently we got approval from the MNTV UK, the Merchant Navy Training Board, and also we have been recognized by the Nautical Institute and jointly Engineering Institute. So we are on the process, and we are on the process of applying the UKMCA also. So in this respect, I can ask Sir Captain Shamin sir, Deputy Commandant of Bangladesh Marine Academy. He may also give us some guideline or comments on this topic. Captain Shamin sir.
Yeah, thank you, Captain Feroz. It's been fantastic to see Captain Kamrul after such a long time, and I'm really feeling very excited and proud at the same time. It's because you're working in such a very specialized area that really, I mean, I really having some, I mean, special pulse now. Anyway, I didn't much know about these offshore industries, as neither many of our, I mean, seafarers, and especially definitely this webinar definitely might have tempted some of the junior officers, I believe, because we had been working in a very traditional way of, I mean, seafaring, but there are a diverse way that we actually did not look forward in the past. And there was not many opportunities also at the same time, but nowadays there are a lot of offshore activities, especially in Bangladesh. So we actually have to be in line with the pace of the world, that is for sure. But at the same time, as Captain Dipan has very rightly pointed out many things, but I will just light up on that a little later. Just for the very, I mean, early stage of this webinar, those who have just arranged, actually, I had a lot of thirst to know about the offshore, because as Captain Kamrul was saying, that we have come across, I mean, many oil rigs and jackup rigs and whatnot, but many of the things we actually didn't know. Just nowadays, if you go Google and you can just search and, I mean, know some of the things, but actually how it works, what is the functionality, what is the structure of the, I mean, the people that work. So today I actually personally have learned. I was taking some note of it, if you can see. Anyhow, thank you so much, Captain Kamrul. It's been very nice to see you and to learn many things from you, especially in the offshore sector. And as because I work in a, I mean, institute, and we always task for the development of the institute. That is our prime concern. And I know that Commandant, I'm not very sure whether he's here in this webinar, but to my understanding, myself and the young generation, the Captain Sabir and all other officers, we are just trying to actually, I mean, diverse the institute. And it's not that easy in working in a government to, I mean, get everything right in the moment, but it takes a lot of process, and then it takes time. And it took how many years to actually really, I mean, install a simulator, because in the government it's really tough. So we have to all accept on that. However, as because we have just installed a simulator, we thought that we will actually incorporate the DP, I mean, courses into it. But as you know that we do not have the proper database of how many people are working in the offshore, because if I start, or if we start rather, if there is a course to be run, then who is the, what you call, the resource personnel? That is to be identified first of all, whether they are credible, whether if I look for an audit, and whether this, I mean, courses will be credible for the others. I mean, that is the thing. So now I know Captain Dipan, he has got a good experience on it, and I know you come rule, and definitely if we look for, then many of us will find some more. And we have a plan, inshallah, in the near future to go for OPT course and DP courses. And we try to expand the simulator with those, because in Bangladesh also there are a lot of activities, because these LNGs, we have an offer that how these LNGs will be run, because they have got contract with the government for 15 years. So now our cadets are going in there. So maybe in future they will take over, who knows? So means things actually go around like that. So we have to start with a very little at the moment, but we have a plan. So Kamrul, definitely, I mean, we will keep in touch with you, because we didn't know actually the path that how to, I mean, proceed through. And I just want to know that who actually credit or accreditation body for these OPT courses and the DP courses. This is first question. And with regard to this, Captain Deepayan, as you mentioned, regarding this, what you call this accreditation of the UK MCA courses recognition that used to be in the past from Bangladesh, but now why not? Actually, you understand the policy of the UK government at this moment not to recognize any of the, I mean, outsource, I mean, institute, because this is a business, first of all. I mean, in terms of, I mean, delivery of the training and delivery of the certificate, or, I mean, giving the certificate. So means they are not in a position, even they are just trying to, I mean, cancel India. So far our understanding is, because they don't recognize further any outreach institute. And we have already had a, I mean, approach. And our commandant was, before the COVID, he was likely to meet with the chief executive of the MCA for that. So that means we actually started 2-3 years back how to regain all those accreditation of our ancillary courses. We are not sitting idle, my dear Captain Deepayan, for others, because we also suffer, because if this is not been recognized, that means we look for India, or we look for Bangkok, the MCA improved institute. But it will take time. It will take time a little, because that doesn't immediately recognize. They actually vet. I mean, go for the audit for the institution, as you said. And of course, we are keeping a liaison for it. And hopefully in the near future, we might regain if the MCA actually, or the UK government changes their policy. So let us see on that. So Captain Kamrul, I would like to congratulate you for a very successful webinar. And the organizers, Captain Feroz, Captain Sabir, for their great initiatives. And I mean, a lot of people are hearing on this, very senior, respectable, mariners also are there. I believe especially the young generation will be much more benefited. At least they know some of the areas, and it's a very lucrative, I mean, kind of a sector that we never look for, look for it. So there are opportunities, not in the traditional, seafaring, but in some other ways also. So I would like to congratulate you once more time, and thank you very much, and wish you all the best, and stay safe and always be healthy. Thank you so much from my side. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your nice guideline, as well as the clarification of some of the items. Captain Deepan, are you sharing the screen now?
yes, I shared that one because I will explain by drilling ship after coming from the UK in 2011. I joined Petrosodi Oil Service. That one is the drilling ship carried that one by a carrier from Venezuela to Tunisia near Malta and engaged in one operation in the Tunisia. It's a self-drilling, self-propelled drilling ship, Petrosodi Discoverer. That one is called Petrosodi Discoverer. In 2015, when the oil rate is going down, then the vessel laid off Malta and we signed off for some. And one of the Indian, Ginger drilling by
Thank you. We have seen your thanks for sharing with us. And by this time, Captain Arifur Rahman sir is there with us. Sir, do you like to share some your valuable views regarding today's program for a few minutes, sir? Arifur Rahman sir.
Good afternoon. Assalamu alaikum. You are asking me?
Sir, so if you want to enlighten or if you want to share some views for our audience.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon. First of all, Captain Kamrul, happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
I was going to say that one after.
Okay. And it was very nice and very informative, as Captain Shamim said, because we have very detailed knowledge about the drilling and offshore things. And definitely, I was actually chatting with Captain Kamrul in the morning today also. It could be a different job scope for our cadets and the future mariners. And definitely, when you're going to a new lane or new professions, first time you'll be struggling also. But as everybody finally survives, so I think that should not be an issue. And about the other things, I can better tell the cadets about the newer or the future jobs, because actually I do with the recruitment. I'm with the recruitment in a company. I'm doing the recruitment. I do the cadet recruitment also, and we have some Bangladeshi cadets and around 300 Bangladeshis seafarers. So first thing is that is it okay I talk about these things, because actually this today is about the drilling, but I'm not in that field.
Your contribution.
It's okay, sir. Your experience will be also required.
Okay, yeah, Sabine, nice to see you. I was telling him also that we have worked lots of ships together. So, okay, about that recruitment things, first the quality, because I have the experience of doing the interview of the cadets and the officers from around 14, 15 countries. About the quality, no question. Our quality is okay. Or I'll say in some cases, better. But the problem with the finding the job or the job scope is the obstacles are in the other ways. Like it's not related with our marine the training or certification, not in that way. But the thing is that, like you see that there is a huge news about our COVID test few days back, right? And one hospital owner was arrested. And this thing was shared, means that came in the CNN in Singapore, the news. And on that morning, in few shipping office, we know these things was discussed by the shipping office, that to be careful about the COVID test and all this. And then again, yesterday I was seeing the webinar about the the crewing and the recruitment and all the sign on, sign off. Now today we are sending back to Bangladeshi from Singapore to Dubai, Dubai to Bangladesh. So you see that actually they are going other way around to the country. It's quite a huge cost. Also the visa things, because nowadays, if you need a visa, then a ticket and all these things have to match. This is a difficult situation because you need to know 14 days in advance. Also, like I try to arrange 2 crew from Bangladesh. We inform everybody like around 20 days before. But finally, when the question of the ticket came, the full flight was booked. They tried many ways, but could not arrange the ticket. So finally could not join. And for the profession or the job secure or whatever it is, definitely Marine Academy is doing their best to find new places, new jobs for the cadets. And what I have seen, many countries are actually struggling to keep their seafarers or the cadets in the sea. Even their number of cadets or the graduates are a huge number, maximum 4 or 5 years, because they have other options. But in that case, we have the advantage. Like I'm very confident that our boys will go up to the captain, chief engineer position, and they will not leave the sea. So these are the things. So, and maybe academy may think also that to some other way also, not definitely Atik is trying very hard, others instructors, Sajid sir, they are trying very hard to find new jobs, new companies. Maybe they can also try to contact with the shipping companies in maybe in China or in the Europe, or maybe through the agents, manning agents. Because one thing what I personally see, like only in Bangladesh, we do the recruitment through the Marine Academy. And they propose and then we go and finally they join through the agents. But for the other countries, like we recruit also cadet from Myanmar or from Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, and then also Georgia, China, even Korea. Most of the countries on the academy through the manning agencies, because there is always a concern that if what Shabir, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear, sir.
Okay, sure. If like whether the cadet I recruit, he will serve me for 5 years or not, because after passing out, academy may not have that way connected with the cadet, but the manning agencies have. They have to go through it. They also have other what called ranks and other officers with the company. So academy may think in the other way also, that how this, because they are also one of the stakeholders, that the academy, cadets, and the manning agents and the government authorities all together, how they can go for this drive. That is my personal opinion actually. And is there any other questions?
Sir,
I can sir share one proposal actually.
Sure.
As you are in the manning sector, we also can be connected with the cadets from the cadet life till up to the class 2 life, because we have the training continuous. Now already last 3 years, previously after 2 years, if somebody do not have any connection with the academy, no problem. But now definitely after 2 years, they have to go see, and again they have to come back for honors. So after finishing honors and class 3, they can go to the sea. And my proposal was, I was fighting actually, but I could not manage. Everybody is concerned that if we can start class 2 and masters, then again after going back to the sea, they can come back and do class 2 and masters in the academy. So by this way, actually, we can keep them for a long time connected with academy, manning agents, ship owners continuously. So that would be a very good approach. And for that thing, sometimes actually ship owners, we also propose to the K-Line managing director has come to us, propose that if you offer some scholarship to the students and that student is bound to do the courses class 2 and other things in Marine Academy, then also we will be valued. Also the student also can get better opportunity. So you can keep these things in your mind. If some scholarship is there, you can put some condition that you have to go and do it in an academy or any government institute. like that way. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Sabir, okay, that is very good, because actually I told you the concern is mainly that because sometimes you know that when somebody is a certified officer, he has an open field, better job market in front of him. So that's why sometimes the companies are concerned, like, because it takes time also, that other things to train the cadet. And when somebody is not a certified officer, till that time actually that officer is not that in that way you can use him for your shipping, right? Another thing is that you can do one thing, like you can make a PowerPoint things and pass it to the agents also, because they definitely every year visit their principals, so they can go and show it to their do a presentation to their principals also. And maybe that also that those companies recruiting Bangladesh Marine Academy cadets or from other institutions may get some, like if the ship is coming to the Chittagong port or touching Chittagong port, maybe get some priority for the berthing or something like that. This can be offered also, right?
Okay, thank you, sir. We are thinking, so we'll try to do something.
Of course.
Thank you, sir. It was a very, we easily find that it was an interesting session. That's why actually when the 1 hour finished, we could not even see or observe. Just before I want to conclude with the Captain Sabir, I just want to ask Mr. Someone, his name is Jahir. He raised hand, Mr. Jahiruddin.
Sarwar,
Do you have
sir.
any questions to ask?
Firoz.
Sarwar, sir.
Sarah, sir.
Sir.
Yeah, Firoz, I like to just 1 minute. I like to take 1 minute. Those who are listening this webinar, and the main thing is the focus. Those who want to enter this specialized field of offshore industries and these non-conventional vessels have their own career, they have to be focused on that field. So they have to make their own guidelines, own path, own career projections, and go for it. There will be very hurdles, very challenges will come in, but inshallah, they can overcome it. But once they focus, I always emphasize on the focus. You don't go here and there, and switch over, and fickle mentality, sometimes come to the shore for a few months and go back to sea. And so such thing, you cannot do any career. So I would like to ask our junior brothers and sisters, they must focus on what they want to do. They have to think clearly what they want to do and go for it. There will be no challenges they cannot tackle. So that is my main request in this forum. And I'm very happy to see the Marine Academy have arranged this webinar in line of present shipping requirement. And in later on with the academy, I have some proposal for a different issue on our curriculum, and through a US company, and I would like to propose something later on with the academy authority. That is different with Shamim and Sajid sir. I'll come forward. Thank you very much, everybody, for giving the opportunity and take me in. Thank you. Thank you, Kamrul. Thank you, Firoz. Thank you, Sabir and others. Arif is there. Okay, everybody.
Nice to see you after a long time, sir.
We'll play now. Don't worry.
It's a great opportunity for all of us to have opportunity to see each other and exchange our knowledge or sharing our knowledge. Thanks. In that case, I would like to now want to conclude the program. Before that, I don't find much questions. All the questions are maximum coming about the way they can go around this industry and all this. So that has been already been said many ways, but we will also try to summarize this, and Captain Shiraj will also give us some write-up also on that. We'll try to share, but what the Sir just now has said that we have to be focused on the way, what is our actual goal. If we are actually stick on it, that nothing, no barrier is there that we cannot overcome, inshallah. So at this moment, I would like to request Captain Sabir, the CNS of Bangladesh Marine Academy, to review the full program and give the vote of thanks to Captain Shiraj and all other senior mariners or listeners who are joining here. This was a good presentation arrangement, and 214 or above participants were there. So Captain Sabir, please.
Thank you, Firoz, and thank you, Captain Kamrul. Also, our respected seniors are listening here, and also our beloved juniors and cadets. So I have focused actually mainly for the cadets, existing cadets, and also for our junior mariners, and they have participated willingly. It was a very good session. And as you know, that is very new to us. So somebody has raised this issue that they need it sometimes more. So I hope Kamrul will give us assurance we will get him more.
Sure.
That's very important actually, because with this small session it's not possible. And also a lot of suggestions has come regarding our curriculum or regarding some more courses. We need your help more. We need your help to develop our curriculums, to develop our some small course, even if no certified course also. Maybe some small videos, trainings, papers, notes we can give to the cadets so that they have an idea. So that I will contact with you later. But it's a beginning, and I would like to give thanks. Actually, just suddenly came to my mind that let me knock Kamrul Shiraz that, and also Corona has opened this opportunity, because previously we always thought that without physical presence, how can we manage this? So I'm actually always in favor of industry and institute collaboration. Is a very important topic actually. Without industry institute collaboration, no institute can develop. So, but many times the industrial persons are very busy. To bring them in the academy was very difficult. And now the opportunity has opened by this system. I think we can continue, inshallah, in future more and more with the industry people individually on different topics. And we have a lot of differentiated expertise of our academy. So I think we can do those things for our cadets and students and junior mariners. So at the same time, I would like to thank those who have organized it. To the special thanks to the Captain Firoz. He has worked hard. And finally, my heartful thanks to the Captain Kamrul Shiraz to giving us opportunity. Thanks to all. Thank you very much. Kamrul, you can say something and give conclusion.
Thank you very much, Sabir. It's good to see you after 27 years, I think. So what I want to say is that, I'm very proud of the Marine Academy. I can see lots of girl cadets now being recruited. That's really, really wonderful. I'm very happy to see that. As I said, in the North Sea, 30 to 40% of the workforce are women. And they can, to be honest, from my experience, we get more productivity from women workforce than men, because they can work single-mindedly and they can multitask as well, better than men. If a man works 12 hours, they work 14 hours at work just to prove that they can do it. And that's wonderful. That's very good to see. So we have to change our mindset. We have to really change our mindset. When we look at a woman at work, we have to look beyond the gender. We have to look at a professional. We have to look at a human being. In fact, they can do better job than us. I have seen in the North Sea. So that's very nice to see. I'm very happy Marine Academy is recruiting female cadets. Thank you very much. And that's Dr. Sajid. Dr. Sajid, he gets a big thank you for that.
Thank you, Kamrul, for your precious time. And again, happy birthday to you. And it's coincide that today is your birthday also. So we wish you a long, healthy life and a happy family life also. And inshallah, in future, we will come back in many different sessions, and we will get your, like you and many other respected mariners may be here. I cannot name all of them, or we cannot give them the floor. But inshallah, in future, we also share some of their experience also in different aspects of our career path or many other subjects of the industry. And if thank you for everyone again for attending, and I will inshallah record it is being recorded. Hopefully, if I can save it properly, inshallah, I will send it through the YouTube channel and other media also, so that everybody, those who cannot participate, can see. And again, I like to thanks everybody for joining today's session. And by this, I want to end today's program. Thank you very much. Thank you for all of your attendance.
Thank you. Thank you.